All right, Rick, thank you very much for your comments. We're going to move on to comments from our new council members, beginning with Council Member Bloomgard. You're on, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to start this first by saying thank you to my mom. She couldn't make the trip up here tonight because she's had some recent surgery. I'm certain she will be able to view the video of this, so please indulge me as I thank her. My mom, a single parent, Marysville native, and middle school teacher in the Bay Area, raised my sister and I. She made a lot of personal sacrifices during this time, but I would never have enjoyed some of the success in my life without her love, her patience, and her guidance. Thank you, Mom. I would also like to thank my immediate family for their support. In attendance tonight is my wife, Karen, and our 3 sons, Cameron, Kyle, and Michael. And like Preet's daughter, they rushed out of college to come here to be with us tonight. Thank you. They shared me, those 3 shared me with the city of Yuba City when I was a firefighter, and they are supportive of me as I return to city service on the city council. I especially want to thank Karen. The decision to run for council would not have been made without her unwavering support and wisdom. Thank you. I also have a special guest in attendance tonight that I would like to recognize and thank. Some 39 years ago, in 1979, I moved here to attend Yuba College. Shortly after arriving here, I joined the Yuba City Fire Department as a volunteer firefighter. In the audience tonight is the Yuba City Fire Chief, who took a chance on me back then and allowed me the opportunity and privilege of serving the residents and guests of Yuba City. I would like to recognize and thank retired Yuba City Fire Chief William Burke at this time. Chief Burke. Chief Burke has been there for me when I first joined as a volunteer, when I became a full-time firefighter, assisted in my badge pinning ceremony as a Yuba City Fire Chief, and I'm so happy that he's able to join me here tonight for this ceremony. Thank you, Chief. There are many, many others who have supported, guided, and mentored me over the years and during this campaign. My fear is that I would forget to mention one or more of those who have helped, so please know that I am so very thankful to all of you and will always look for the opportunity to thank you in person. I want to acknowledge and thank the past members and mayors of the Yuba City Council for their years of service to the city. This includes outgoing council, or they're all mayors, Buckland, Preet Didball, and Stanley Cleveland. Yuba City is in pretty darn good shape as a result of their leadership over the years, and as a resident of Yuba City and now a city council member, I'm very thankful for the wisdom, vision, courage, leadership, and guidance. Many of the important city projects that have recently been completed or are in the mid to final stages of completion were initiated and supported by City Council over the years. Thank you to all of you. Last but certainly not least, I would like to thank the voters of Yuba City for electing me to represent them for the next 4 years. I can't begin to tell you how humbling and encouraging it is to realize that a majority of those who voted have confidence in me to represent them. I take this responsibility very respectfully and seriously. You have my word that I will always be available to listen and make decisions that will best enable the city to be the best that it can be. To my fellow newly elected council members, Grace Espandola and David. Hi. First, congratulations on being elected. As you know, it takes a tremendous amount of courage to choose to run, and even more so to go out and do the things that it takes to be elected. You have certainly earned my respect. We each have a lot to offer to each other, to the city, and to the city council as we join with our fellow council members. I'm looking forward to working alongside and with you over the next 4 years. To incoming, soon-to-be Mayor Harris and Vice Mayor Cardoza, first let me say thank you for your patience with my questions and the wisdom you shared during the campaign. I'm very aware that it takes more than one person or one vote to accomplish the work of the council, and I'm looking forward to your leadership and in joining with you as we lead the city in the coming years. To city staff, I'm looking forward to working with you and supporting your efforts in providing the services to our citizens. As a past city employee, I have been in your shoes, so to speak, and witnessed quite a few city council changes over my 30 years. I know from this experience that there's always some apprehension as the leadership transitions and change occurs. The city has a lot of good people doing a lot of good things, and it's important for the city council to continue to support those efforts. You have my commitment to do just that. When I left city service in November of 2009, I never envisioned running for the city council. I figured after 30 years of service and attending over 330 city council meetings, workshops, and special meetings, not as many as John, not yet anyway, I was going to put that chapter of my life away. Over the years, several of my friends and former colleagues encouraged me to consider running, and some were quite persistent, but I held off, choosing to focus on raising my 3 sons and embarking on a new career in the private sector. About a year ago, I felt that the city could possibly use some of the knowledge I gained over the years working there, plus what I had learned and experienced in my position in the private sector. With that in mind, plus my sons off to college and their own careers, I chose to enter the race. Boy, was I in for a surprise. The very same friends and colleagues who had encouraged me now called me crazy. And of course, I chose to enter the race, which I believe had the highest number of qualified candidates in the city's history. Well, I now have this wonderful opportunity to once again serve the city that I've loved most, if not all of my life. My goals for the future of our city are really simple. Provide the best possible services we can to the citizens, businesses, and guests of Yuba City. Listen to and respect the opinions, pro or con, of the citizens that we serve. Create the best possible business climate we can for existing and new business, and work cooperatively with our neighbors, our regional neighbors. There are lots of significant opportunities and challenges ahead for Yuba City. I'm looking forward to dealing with these with my fellow city council members, the city staff, and the citizens we serve. Thank you very much.
All right, moving on to Councilmember Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I'd like to say this is an incredible view from the dais up here. I'd love to have every one of you this full at every council meeting because I'm usually seeing it from there, but this is a beautiful view, and I'm very honored to be up here tonight. With that, I could simply just, Mark, I could say ditto. You nailed it. You hit a home run. I'd like to continue now and really just step in with a few thoughts of my own, and it's first that it is with great humility that I really step into this role and accept the position of serving and representing the people in Yuba City. First and foremost, I would like to thank my wife, Susan, and my family. My 3 daughters are here, Shelby, and Mackenzie. There is 2 Shelbys. For their never-ending support, especially during the last year, because it was a family decision to do this, much like Mark said. You don't go into this idly. You don't go into it without giving it a lot of deep thought. So thank you to my family. I could not have done this without you. And secondly, I would like to thank all the supporters and voters of Yuba City for the trust and confidence that each of you have placed in me. Spending time with each of you has been the most rewarding part of this past year. I've had stories of spending time with the youngest of voters, who I think were somewhere between 3 and 7, telling me they were going to vote for me. And it was the greatest experience I will have to share sometime. But then also spending time with veterans as I walked the streets and got to hear stories from World War II, Vietnam, Korea. And we have some amazing people here. That was truly the most rewarding part. You have inspired me more than any of you will ever know during this past year. Tonight, I do want to say thank you for the service of the prior council members and mayors, and I want to wish you all the very best moving forward with the next phases of your life. You've served the city well. During the campaign, we were able to knock on door after door in our great city, not only to ask for support, but more importantly, to find out about the concerns and ideas for our city. Overwhelmingly, the issues of our unfunded pension liability, public safety, infrastructure, transparency, and accountability resounded with the residents of Yuba City. On November 6th, the voters of Yuba City entrusted 3 new council members that are before you now. This is a charge that none of us take lightly at all. First and foremost, this council is here to serve you. And individually, we are only one. of 5, but together, this 5 can shape the future. We must come together and listen to you as residents of Yuba City to help us make decisions that will make our future bright and prosperous. I would ask every resident of Yuba City to always provide your thoughts and feedback to us. What I can assure you today is that your council will have an open ear to listen to you, and you will be treated with the utmost respect as we work together to solve the issues before this city. In light of the passing of our 41st president this week, I'd like to share a couple of thoughts. I had the honor of meeting 41 twice. The second time was when I was in the U.S. Air Force during the holidays when he was visiting the troops. But it was the first time that was really the most impactful in my life that I will never forget. It's when I was in Washington, D.C. as a teenager. I happened to be in the right place at the wrong time, back in the days where there wasn't as much security around the Capitol as there is today. In that wrong place at the right time, several black vehicles pulled up, and out of what seemed from nowhere appeared the vice president. In short, the vice president took a mere 30 seconds to say hello, but it left an impression to last a lifetime. What you have heard over the past several days about him is examples of just exactly what kind of leader 41 was. He would always do what was best for others first. He would always treat everyone with the same level of respect without reference of position or title. In short, he was a leader. You could model yourself leadership style on him based upon his servitude and his respect to others. Tonight is a night for ceremony and celebration, as tomorrow the work begins. I'm looking forward to working together with our new mayor, vice mayor, and fellow council members for the next 4 years to make Yuba City even better than it is. It should never matter which one of us brings forth an idea or whose name is attached to a successful endeavor. It should only matter that when our time in office is done, we have left our city in better condition than it was when we took office, and we treated our residents with the respect and attention they deserve. I would charge my fellow council members tonight to join me in stepping up to the example left by 41 and serving others. Thank you again for your trust and confidence, and now let's get together and work to make this city even better than it is today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Very well said. Grace, you're up. You ready?
I guess I'm ready, huh? How do you top that when two other fellow councilmen with such high caliber and talent? Nice job, guys. Good evening. I am honored by the voters and the community who believed in our message and our vision, and enough to say, we did it. We got here. And I thank you so much for that. I am here hopefully in hopes of not breaking into tears, because these tears would be of joy and such deep gratitude about beginning the next journey to serve you and our community and be on the Yuba City Council. As many of you know, hopefully by now, the vision that we began this journey, we started with "We Serve Together." And why is that? Because that is the heart of my beliefs, and that is the philosophy I believe in. I'd like to begin by thanking our Team Grace, hashtag. Members, we had over 50 plus members, all volunteers. I am so in gratitude to you. You gave your time, your energy, your strength, your talents, your courage, and we developed friendships, and we became a strong team. I will cherish your commitment and not forget. Our work and vision will continue. I hope to count on you as we go on forward. I am committed to do what's right for our community and city. I love the opportunity to work with Vice Mayor Harris, soon Mayor, Councilman Cardoza, soon Vice Mayor, Councilman Baumgarten, and Councilman Shaw, and the city staff and community. I have faith in us that we will always have the best interest and bring forth the best of our city for the good of our people and country. I look forward to working with each of you with respect, integrity, thoughtfulness, and a lot of action. I heard from thousands of community members in the last 6 months, as both of you have all shared. And I thank you for your time and every knock and talk that we had. I want to continue our conversations and develop those conversations into action. I have great hope that our community members will be much more engaged along with my new role and with this new city council. Lastly, to my family, we could fill up this place 3 or 4 times. Luckily, I only had 10 tickets. My family members are my anchor. I thank you always from the bottom of my heart. My mother, who has battled breast cancer and has survived. Mi tía Teresa, my godmother, battled cancer and also survived. My sister, who is my cousin, battled cancer and also survived. So we have 3 survivors here in this room. My mother taught me to be resilient and courageous as she is. She taught me to be a strong woman of faith, truth, and respect. I'm going to speak Spanish now, so hopefully you can keep up. Darren, are you ready? Okay. So, gracias, mamá. Gracias, tía Tere. She's raising her head. Las quiero muchísimo. Gracias, nuestra comunidad. Estoy muy agradecida por esta oportunidad y tomo esta posición con un gran orgullo, con bendiciones de Dios. Y sí se puede. Yes, we can, and yes, we did. And I like to end it with a quote that resonates on the journey upon us. I am an ordinary person who has been blessed with extraordinary opportunities and experiences. Today is one of those experiences. Supreme Court Judge Sonia Sotomayor. I thank you, and I am grateful, and I'm here to serve you. Thank you.
Another very well said. Thank you very much, Grace. Welcome. It's going to be a good ride.